Imagine waking up to find your vacation or business trip now costs you an extra $10,000 before you even step on the plane. Sounds outrageous, right? Well, that's exactly what Mali just did to American travelers. Today, we're diving into Mali's bold $10K visa bond and the geopolitical chess match that's putting the US and Africa on edge. Buckle up, because this is more than just a travel story. To understand this tit-for-tat showdown, we need to start with the US. In October 2025, the U.S. State Department rolled out a visa bond pilot program requiring citizens from several African countries, Mali included, to pay bonds of between $5,000 and $10,000 to enter America. Washington said it was a deterrent to high visa overstay rates and framed it as a national security measure. But critics argued the bond was punitive and would hurt ordinary travelers and small businesses. For Malian citizens, this sudden cash deposit was more than a bureaucratic hurdle. It felt like an insult. The U.S. move ignored a 2005 long-term visa agreement between the two countries and signaled deeper tensions over immigration and security. Mali's counterpunch. Mali didn't wait long to respond. On October 12th, Bamako announced it would impose an identical visa bond on U.S. citizens. If you're an American applying for a Malian visa, you now have to deposit up to $10,000. The Foreign Ministry called Washington's action unilateral and said Mali was acting under the principle of reciprocity. In other words, if you do this to us, we'll do the same to you. Officials framed the policy as a defense of sovereignty and a reminder that Mali should be treated as an equal partner, not a junior one. It was a pointed message to the U.S. and a rallying cry for citizens proud of their nation's independence. The backstory. This visa battle is just the latest flare-up in a relationship already under strain. Mali has seen multiple coups in recent years. In May 2021, Colonel Assimi Goïta seized power, expelling French troops and pivoting toward Russia. The Wagner Group, a controversial Russian paramilitary organization, moved in to help fight jihadist insurgents. The U.S. and its allies were alarmed. By July 2023, Washington had sanctioned Mali's defense minister and other officials for facilitating Wagner's presence. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken accused Malian leaders of enabling human rights abuses and the exploitation of the country's resources by Wagner. At the same time, the U.S. suspended aid and imposed travel bans. Mali's response? Deepen ties with Moscow, sign military cooperation deals, and turn away from Western partners. These tensions simmered for years, and the visa bond program was like a spark in a powder keg. What's at stake? A $10,000 bond isn't just symbolic, it has real economic bite. Mali's tourism industry may not be as developed as Kenya's or South Africa's, but it's a lifeline for many families. American tourists are some of the highest spending visitors. Mali's new policy could deter them. It also complicates plans for U.S. businesses exploring Mali's rich gold and lithium reserves. In the short term, this move says we won't be pushed around. In the long term, it risks further isolating Mali from the West. Diplomatically, Washington's retaliatory policies have already pushed Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger to form the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, signaling a break from regional bodies like ECOWAS. The visa fight could accelerate this trend, drawing Sahel states closer to Russia and China and further from the West. Ripple effects across Africa. Here's why this matters beyond Mali. The U.S. bond program targets several African nations, including Tanzania, Zambia, and the Gambia. Many of these countries have responded with similar visa restrictions or voiced anger at perceived double standards. Analysts say we're witnessing a broader trend, countries using visa policies as a diplomatic weapon. For Africa, which has long complained of unequal treatment by Western nations, Mali's counterpunch could inspire others to stand up for themselves, but at what cost? As the global order shifts and powers like Russia and China offer alternative alliances, African governments must balance sovereignty with practical economics. Will they double down on independence at the expense of trade and aid? Or will a compromise emerge? Conclusion and call to action. Mali's $10K visa bond is more than a headline. It's a flashpoint in a larger struggle over sovereignty, alliances, and respect. Whether you see it as a brave stand or a risky gambit, one thing is clear. The fallout will shape U.S.-African relations for years to come. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Mali's response is justified? Will this spark a new era of tit-for-tat policies around the world? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown insightful, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more deep dives into global politics. Thanks for watching and stay informed!